This morning on my yogurt, I was flaking on these little seeds. Do you know what that was? It was milled flaxseed.
Oh, flax seeds, yeah.
No one knows what the fuck milled flaxseed is. Why was I putting milled flaxseed on my yogurt? Because of my consultation with a really, really good dietitian. That business is going to completely change in the next 5 years. Today, we're going to look at how it's going to change. We're going to say there needs to be some entrepreneurs in this space now. Let's go. We flipped the script a little bit today because you're coming with rancid, basic people, fucking the most boring shit you can imagine, scaffolding. And I've got TikTok, I've got a TikTok story, and I've also got
You're so fresh.
Yeah, I've got AI for you as well today.
This will be interesting then. That's you bringing AI is, I've seen you with technology, so you bringing AI is going to be interesting.
I have never, as a consumer, used TikTok, but I just want to tell you something that happened this week. So, at the moment, we're doing this course where we're training people in link building, and then we're going to place them in companies. You know this?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So part of that, obviously, is finding really good people. Fine. So we've got this new person that started Marketing Pros, and she's like, "Okay, cool. We're going to start using TikTok." So they're haranguing me on Slack for little videos of myself to put on TikTok, which, as you can imagine, I'm not delivering. I'm like, look, there's all this podcast.
It's super comfortable.
There's all this podcast content here. You want me on to just fucking use that? We've got about 100 hours of that. Anyway, but what was interesting is, and this is probably so uninteresting for someone that knows this, but for anyone that doesn't, I was blown away. Liv was like, "Oh, we got this massive influx of applications." I was like, "Oh, cool, all right." So some other TikTok influencer did a video on our course that's got a following, and just did the video, and then we got 20 really good applications for the course just based on her audience.
Doug, that's called influencer marketing. Fucking hell, right. Anyone watching this that wants to use Kalium as a marketing company, just maybe think twice, for the sake of your life.
Anti-marketing for me. No, but what's interesting is, okay, cool. Obviously, I get the theory, but to see it work on
amazing
TikTok, which I don't ever use, was pretty fucking cool. The value of that video. Listen to the value of that video is, if we got 3 people on that video that person produced could be worth tens of thousands of dollars to us.
Yeah.
And that's just based on their audience. So how long has that video taken them? Let's say it's taken them an hour, 2 hours. But based on that, we would pay, and I hope that this will come out after we've done this, so hopefully no one takes us up on this, but we would definitely pay four figures, thousands of dollars for a good hire on this course. So, if that person produced 3 hires for us, that is worth thousands and thousands of dollars if they can find those good people.
Yeah. The challenge with influencer marketing is finding the right people who align with your brand, deliver it, aren't just blood sucking, and can go and be a true champion or kind of promoter of your business. But that's classic influencer marketing 101 working for you right there.
There's a lot of agencies, as you know, that do this kind of matching process.
Tons. Yeah. We work with a couple. Do you know one thing? The last thing on TikTok, I think Gary Vee's great. Fine chuck, right? I love watching his videos. I think he's entertaining as fuck. He was just like, where are you going to put your money in 2023? TikTok. That's what you want to be doing. TikTok and Instagram, maybe. Don't worry about anything else. He's bloody right. It's where so many, TikTok has got the fastest growing of 30 to 50-year-old users out of any social media platform. We've got to go there. I know that. We haven't, but we've got to.
I was blown away at the effect that had on our business. Just one influencer, and she didn't have tons of followers. She had I don't know the context of TikTok, but it was under 10,000 followers, but it was the right people, the right age group. What I would say is that for what we're doing, we're trying to attract Gen Z, marketers. Like TikTok's obviously like it's a good fit for that. Maybe for something like what we're doing, maybe. I mean, I think it will be fine, but it's maybe not such a perfect fit. But but there we go, TikTok. So, have you got anything today, or are we going to my AI? It's my AI, isn't it?
No, I brought roofing and scaffolding. I went full tilt sexy, so no, that was my contribution. I think I want to hear you take a run at AI. This is genuinely going to be great. I'd love to know, because when we first started talking, AI was just like that film by Will Smith to you. So I think, was it Will Smith? It was Will Smith.
iRobot.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, iRobot. What was the AI one? There was an AI one as well, wasn't there?
Maybe.
I swear there was. Yeah, anyway. I want to know how far your knowledge has come and how you're thinking about applying it.
All right. So
yeah, I'm interested.
I'm going to start with a question. You've openly acknowledged your diet is a joke. That's fair?
Thanks, mate. That's a back slap for me having a pop at influencer marketing. My diet is a diet of someone that's on the move a lot. So yeah, I eat a lot of your meal deals and the stuff that you can grab quickly. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah.
And you've said
it's improving though, Doug. Last 2 or 3 weeks, a lot better because I'm overweight.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think it to look at you that from your chest up, you're looking great, Nick. But as you said, as you go below that, it's less good. Is that fair?
Yeah. So like rib cage to my knees, I'm like a potato. That's where I put on weight. And it's really weird. I've always got it. So I've got like really fat thighs and I always carry my weight around my back and my front. And that's where I carry it. I don't carry it on my arms, don't carry it on my chest, don't carry it here. You'd never know. You'd never know I was 210 pounds on 96 kilos.
You're 96 kilos?
And I should be 96 and I should be. I mean, I've never been lighter than 82 and I was damn skinny at 82. So I'm quite heavy boned anyway. BMI said, or the BMI stuff says I should be 77 or even 75. I would look gaunt if I was that small. I really would. So I think my target's like 82 to 84.
Yeah, because you're like a John Rahm style performance athlete. You get the drives out there big. You're a strong fucking athlete, but
short, short, a bit square. Yeah.
I mean, John Rahm, for anyone that doesn't know, one of the best golfers in the world. I'm being polite, aren't I? He booms.
You are being polite, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my golf swing's not quite as quick as it used to be in my 20s, but yeah, I can still hit it.
Yeah, you get it out there. Anyway, your diet's not great. Lindsay's desperately trying to fucking get it moving in the right direction. She's stumbling. She can't.
Yeah. Well, she's a British Columbia health freak. She's incredibly good, Nick. Incredibly healthy, goes to the gym 6 days a week, like puts me to shame. And I'm this lumbering, slightly workaholic Brit.
Yeah. And she's concerned that, in 20 years' time, that she's essentially going to be looking after you because you're in just such hideous condition. She doesn't want that.
Yeah, no, she's not super excited about signing up for that. But yeah, it's time. It's really interesting, right? So my dad did the same thing, right? My dad started to get healthy in his early 40s. He was always a footballer, always kind of played rugby to a decent standard. In the 30s, when life and kids and everything kind of got a bit much, I don't have kids, not yet. But in the 40s, I remember him changing his diet when I was like 10 or 11, 12. He just changed it and he's been fit ever since. So I think it's a good thing. Maybe it's a Sam's family thing.
So, yeah, and I genuinely think you should do that because I was really pleased when you showed me your Strava run. That wasn't a joke. That was okay. You're getting round, and you're an athlete in terms of your technical capability. But we just need to shave off, not only shave off a few kilos, although you don't look overweight, but get your diet sorted. Anyway, so I went to see a dietitian. So I paid to see a private dietitian, and it was really good. So I saw this person. I sent them my food diary for like a week, and then I said, "Cool, this is what I want to achieve." And then we had a consultation, and she was like, "Cool, do this, this." And like, it was so good in terms of like the insight, like in terms of the way that I can supplement meals, the way that I can snack, which vitamins to take, which supplements to take. And so I've got all this information now. Whilst it was amazing, and it was, most of it 99% of it was just information processing, really. So she's just taken my inputs. This is my health. This is my blood panel. This is what I eat. And she's gone into her well of knowledge and sucked out, okay, do this, 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 and this to achieve this goal. I think I would say even now, but certainly in 5 years' time, AI could do a lot of that. It could take person X, take all that information, take what they want to achieve, go into the unbelievable well of information on diet and nutrition, and come back with health plans in terms of supplements, in terms of food. So that's definitely doable. The question is, this isn't like a wildly new idea, but I do think it is an exceptionally good use case. So if you're like, I see all these AI startup use cases that I'm like, fuck off. It is not there. Like these people trying to do like sales, like we've talked about this, sales AI, where you do sales training on AI. Like good idea on paper, but it's just not fucking effective. This would be, if you set up this business tomorrow, this is effective. And I think you've got to meet the technology where it is and what people are prepared to do. And I think I would pay tomorrow $30, $40 a month to have an AI dietitian where because I track all the shit I eat, for someone to look at that every day in AI and to say, Doug, your lunch, you ate 6 pitted dates from Sainsbury's. That's fucking terrible. Replace it with this or this. Oh, and your supplement, this new protein's come out that's like way better than the one you're taking. A bit more expensive. Do you want to try that? And then, you've got that AI tool, and then there's probably some humans above it that are just kind of going through or maybe like...
But they work on the model. The large language model, and how their algorithm works to make sure that the indicators that they've got are correct. So do you use MyFitnessPal? Is that how you track?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. So, I mean, they are the ones that are going to be leading the line on this, I think, in terms of mainstream consumer apps, because they've got so much data. I mean, how they managed to convince people to enter in data. Well, it's the barcode, wasn't it? The barcode was the revolution there, or the evolution. They're the ones that are going to do this for sure, because they've got that body of data. And if I were them, I would be selling that data feed or selling that log, that data set and the model, because I think you can look. So I've been eating boiled eggs in the morning. Good source of protein, keeps me full. It's great. It's better than anything to do with bread or anything like that. And I've been eating those kind of things. But I would love to know what lunch or dinner things I could be eating or should be eating, or the impact of it, because it's just a bit more complex for me, and I have to think that little bit more for it. Whereas it's easy to do something so simplistic, but also that gets quite boring. So how could I actually manipulate that? I would love to be able to tie that in with my training, but I think it is, if it hasn't been done already, this is around the corner, like you say, and I think it can be. I think it's going to be excellent, because you're going to truly be able to understand your goals, what you want to do, and the data's there. You should be able to guide a person through, and that person that you went to see, that specialism is in that data set. It's in that large language model. It's in that AI tool, and it's all controlled by people like your dietitian. But there's just a bank of 20 of them or 30 of them,
because
all working on this thing to make it amazing.
Yeah, because for the dietitian, I don't think that person will still have a job, because there's an unbelievable shortage of these people. So you're still going to need some people in there. And a lot of it is psychological. A lot of it is like people are going to want to speak to the dietitian and sort of, talk about their craving, or talk about why they can't do it, or, think of little, like the AI suggested this, but actually I don't like that. Can you help me? So I think this is a phenomenal tool for the dietitians to like grow their businesses and scale their businesses. And they really, that's how they should be thinking about it, in my opinion. And if someone needs to build this, because I'm here. Take my money. If you can do this for me, I'm fucking there.
Yeah, and it, like I say, it will come. I mean, I think if you I just typed in MyFitnessPal plus AI, and there's a few things coming through on that. I think what will be really interesting is when AI gets to the point. I mean, it's kind of there. It's just a bit slow at the minute, where you can have a conversation with them. So it's a full AI dietitian. Yep. So that conversation comes back in natural language, and you're speaking to them as though it is a person, and it's all trained and it's all done that way. Obviously, the dietitians are needed to go and do the prep work and the planning of it all and making sure it does everything correct. But yeah, I mean, those are the classic kind of industries that are going to be disrupted, right? I mean, we started talking about call centers, didn't we? But this is a specialism, quite an interesting one.
It's a critical one. I think to get it right, you just need to package it in the right way, because I do think there's reluctance. People want to speak to I want to speak to a professional. I don't sort of trust this. And I think that's going to be an issue when they bring in like AI GPs and doctors and that kind of thing.
It depends though, right? I mean, if you're going to go to a dietitian, I don't know how much yours costs, but let's imagine it's 60 quid an hour, something like that, 60 or 70 quid or £200 for a consultation or whatever it is. I've got no idea. You go and do that, or you can spend $6.99 a month and have it for a year. What are people going to do? Are they that attuned and that much of an athlete and that focused, or have they got post-diagnosis, nutrition that they need to focus on? Is it something really needs? The kind of normal person, I think, is going to lean towards the piece that does it 70, 80% of the way for less cost, more convenience.
No, I think
my feel.
I think that's right. And I think the winner in this space is someone that just, makes the user experience, makes the product just feel great. Because I think the underlying LLM to power this, that's pretty much there. I don't think there's too much work to be done there, but it has to be packaged in a way where people just keep going back to it. They keep using it. Because the one thing about diet plans is you could be in Churn Town, couldn't you? Because people start this, they're like, oh, yeah, I want to sort my diet. Yeah. And then it's like fucking McDonald's and they're finished. So it's just got to keep people in there. And so I think it's got Mahara written all over it, this internal project.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were chatting, Nick and I were chatting about any AI internal projects that we could do. And it's really interesting. We're doing some stuff in healthcare at the minute, and that's looking at big data of patient data and about what you need to be able to provide them in terms of their plan from post diagnosis, post operation, something like that. So that I think the AI kind of revolution that's taking place is going to be super interesting. And if you had like 2 weeks to go and literally map all of the industries, you'd come up with hundreds of opportunities to disrupt those industries. And it's just a race now to see who's going to go and grab which bits and which bits have got true purpose and meaning, and whether they're too early or not within inside of each sector. Yeah, it's a true land grab.
And my view is that the mistake people are making is they're not properly thinking about, like, they're treating AI as the opportunity, whereas just the AI is a tool to serve people better. And the people that work that out,
100%.
The people that really work that out will go, this is what the technology does, this is what people need. And now they'll create the right product at the right time. And the sales training can fuck off for 2 or 3 years. What is ready to go now, in my opinion, is stuff like the dietitian stuff. And I think that technology is there. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people build products and then try and find a market, right? That's what they do. And that's what you see. The AI, kind of product wave that we saw at the beginning of last year, where there was something like 6,000 AI apps hitting the app stores every day. It was ludicrous at one point. That we're in a second wave now, understanding exactly what this thing can do and actually having meaningful products and impact. So I agree with you. I think it needs proper consideration and use AI as a tool to be able to enhance experiences across any industry, rather than, hey, we can build you a photograph, or we can do this, or we can do that. It's trivial. I think it's trivial. I think we need to get beyond that and start to build some products that have got meaning and impact.
And on that, so rate me. You questioned me at the start.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I think what you're good at, and you've always been good at, is understanding how something can be applied to another industry. So like what you've talked about in terms of tooling has been around for a year, but you're applying it with an original thought to a different industry. And I think that was, it was good. I think it's probably taking place, but you're bang on. I think it can have a huge impact. And considering you didn't really get it a year ago, I think that's good. So yeah, well done, Doug.
I've enjoyed that. All right, outro from you, Rich.
So Doug is going to be a LinkedIn influencer soon. Not a LinkedIn influencer, sorry, a TikTok influencer. If you want to see Doug dancing to Blinded by the Lights, something like that, by the weekend, please subscribe and please do comment, because I think it would be an amazing spectacle. Thank you very much, Doug.
Thanks, Rich.